Hey, this is Adam here from Adam's Gear. Today I'm just doing a quick overview and sort of mini review on the new Suunto Vertical. It's part of the Ambit 3 family, but it's the latest watch that's just come out. The public release of this watch was on the 7th of January, so you guys should all start to see it and know about it now, but it doesn't hit the shops properly until the 14th of February. So we've still got 2 to 3 weeks before this watch hits the shops. Like I said, it's part of the Ambit 3 family, which means that it's full GPS and Bluetooth Smart compatible. It is, you may have noticed, aesthetically. We'll just go over some of the external stuff with it first. We're missing the antenna. Okay, so the big antenna that normally sticks out of here with the Suunto Ambit series watches is now inside the bezel. So this is a stainless steel bezel, and the GPS antenna is inside the bezel now, using the stainless steel bezel as an amplifier. It's similar to the Traverse watch. So this is the Traverse, which I'll have another video of soon. So this came out a month ago, and this is the first watch we've seen of recent years where we've lost the antenna there. So this is the second watch using the new hardware that Suunto have done. So part of the new hardware is to get vibrate. It's kind of late coming, but now we finally have vibrate, which means the push notification, the Bluetooth Smart push notification, instead of beeping or not beeping, it will actually vibrate. So it's a bit more user friendly. You can use it in an office or a working environment. It makes a bit more sense to have that vibrate on there. So yeah, so stainless steel bezel, stainless steel pushers. We've got a full resin back, stainless steel buckle on there, and it's a full silicone strap. Just a quick note on the strap: it is different to the Traverse strap, although this is the same body and it's essentially the same resin back here. The strap is different. It's kind of got a shoulder on the strap that's not part of the watch, that is part of the strap. So it uses the same sprung pin. It's the same 24mm width there across the strap, which means that you can fit any Ambit Vertical, Traverse, Core Crush, Essential Collection, Core Premium. All of those straps will go onto this watch, or the Traverse watch, which is quite nice. But I like this strap a lot. It kind of smooths off this where the sprung pin sits here, but it also keeps it far more stable. I find with the Traverse, it kind of acts as a hinge here. It's a little bit lighter, but having that gap there means that it kind of wiggles around a bit in your wrist. With the Vertical, it's a lot more solid, it's a lot more stable. So I think that's quite an improvement for a sports watch here. Battery life wise, it's using the same battery module as the 100-hour watches. So on the least accurate GPS mode of a 1-minute GPS ping, we're getting 100 hours out of this watch. That's the official from Suunto, although testing has shown that it's actually doing a little bit better. Same as the Traverse, it's a slightly more efficient module in here. So same as with the Traverse, we are getting more like 135 to 140 hours on the 1-minute GPS ping. Now, functionality-wise, coming away from the hardware now, it is a little different to the Traverse. So the point behind the Traverse, and the Traverse being what it was, the reason that the Traverse was cheaper at £285 sterling, was because it was a limited watch as far as its functionality. It didn't do quite as much. It didn't have doesn't have all the multi-sport modes. It only syncs up to so many customizable screens of data in activity. With the Vertical, we finally have the full mix here. So we have full functionality as if it were a Peak, an Ambit 3 Peak, but in the newer case, the newer, lighter, sleeker, faster GPS pickup body of the Traverse. So it's kind of, if you like the look of the Traverse but it didn't have a lot of the features you wanted, the Vertical now has it. Just a real quick run through some of the features here. So using the main menu button, obviously we've got time, I've got dates set there as well. We've got the 3D digital compass on there. We've got an accumulative ascent graph, activity today. I've not been wearing it, so it's not showing anything. Countdown timer and a lap timer. One of the main feature differences with this watch is the altitude accumulation. It will do a 7-day, a month and a year accumulated for you in a bar graph, so you can see what you're doing as you're using the watch day to day. It does have the barometric pressure sensor on the back. You can just see that in there. So we are getting all the features of the Traverse and of the Ambit 3 Peak. So we're getting the barometric trend, which if I scroll through the bottom here, that's our seconds. That's our altitude without being in GPS, so that's just a barometric altitude. We're getting barometric trend, weather warning, storm alarm, a more accurate fuse alti as well, the fuse alti feature using both barometric pressure and GPS positioning to give you altitude. You can also train and plan routes using altitude. So if altitude is really important to you, then you can see graphs in activity, which will actually show you how you're doing for altitude, how many climbs left, how many meters of vertical ascent you have to go in the activity that you have loaded onto the watch. So for those ski tourers, road bikers, mountain bikers who really find altitude super important, I like to train by it, like myself, for road biking and for fell running. I find it a more interesting stat than heart rate, for example. But you get all of that on this watch. So basically, think of it as a Peak without the double life battery, and then with a few extra modes and screens on vertical accumulation. All right, so it does everything that a Peak does, plus a tiny bit more with vertical. It just doesn't have that battery, it doesn't have that thicker, deeper set, heavier body, and as a result, the price is a little bit better. So this is coming into the UK at £290 sterling without heart rate. That is £320 with heart rate. Obviously, it has Bluetooth Smart. It will connect to the heart rate, foot pod, cadence sensor, power meter, and to your phone. And you get the full 8 screens of customizable metrics and data in activity, just as if it were a Peak. Thanks for watching. That's my review of the brand new Ambit 3 Vertical from Suunto. Not yet in the shops, but it will be by the 14th of February. Thanks for watching.